Hello and welcome back to FC26 Spin the Wheel series, brought to you by me, Bevchenko. In today's episode, we will be playing games away at Molineux against Wolverhampton Wanderers, and we also visit Merseyside for a game against Everton. Hopefully it'll be better than our last trip to Merseyside, where we lost our second league game of the season to Liverpool. However, last time out, we managed to get a 3-0 victory over Brighton and Hove Albion thanks to some excellent finishing by Igor Jesus, our new star striker who has replaced Cali Muendo in the starting lineup over the past few games. And he has certainly hit the ground running. We will go straight into today's game against Wolverhampton Wanderers, who currently sit 19th in the league. No other changes to the squad. Same as for Nottingham Forest. Currently sitting 4th. Realistically, we could end up 2nd after today's game, but we'll see how we go. There's been a slight tweak in the corners. Elliot Anderson has finally been taken off the near post duty. He's obviously had 5 million attempts over the course of the season. He managed to score in the last episode, but he also continued to miss. So we have put Murillo targeting that near post now, with Igor Jesus and Jer Cunha, who will be subsidising the various holes which have been left thanks to Murillo's movement. Raining at Molineux, and we are off. Anderson to Callum Hudson-Odoi. Down the line, Gomez tracks. Forrest looking to make a quick start as usual. Morgan gives White, looks for some space, he gets it. Plays a lovely ball to Douglas Luiz, and it's 1-0. 3 minutes in, Igor Jesus plays a lovely simple through ball. And Douglas Luiz gets what I believe to be, it's his second goal. Thought it was his first, but it's his second goal for the club. And Nottingham Forest in their alternative third strip for the season. Great start for Nottingham Forest on a dreary Saturday afternoon in the West Midlands. And Callum Hudson-Odoi straight on it. Wolves have got some issues here, I think. And it's 2-0 after 5 minutes. Igor Jesus with a little shimmy on the edge of the box, and he's run straight through. A bit over the top with the celebration, mind. That's 4 goals in 6 games, which I believe is 4 goals in 4 starts for our Brazilian, who signed from Botafogo in the summer. The defence are doing nothing. This is going to be a long day for Wolverhampton Wanderers if it stays like this. Hwang Hee-chan to Jones. Back to Hwang Hee-chan. And Ola Aina burst past him. There's no support for Ola Aina, by the way. He's going to have to do this all himself. Yeah, he loses the ball as predicted, but he's picked it back up. The ball bounces off the defender. Totti picks it up. Igor Jesus tracking back to Bueno. Nice little ball to Jones. Bueno back on the charge once more. Forrest can't get hold of it. Douglas Luiz does, though. Looking for some support. Ball over the top to Morgan Gibbs White, but it comes to nothing. Cleared out. Dan and Doy plays it across to Callum Hudson-Odoi. He's going to probably go for a pop on his right foot here, but it gets closed down by Mutensi. Bueno. Elliot Anderson wins it back. Beautiful by Elliot Anderson to Morgan Gibbs White. Looks for that space. Igor Jesus. Beautiful ball to Dan and Doy, but he's left no one in the box. Callum Hudson-Odoi tries his best to win the header, but he's not quite known for it. Loses possession to Hover. Gomez down the right and absolutely twinkle toes past Nico Williams there, but Callum Hudson-Odoi recovers the ball for Nottingham Forest. Goes out for a throw-in. Could be a Forest ball here, I believe. Yes, it is. 1-2 with Nico Williams. Elliot Anderson stretches too far, loses the ball. Over. Down this right-hand side, Callum Hudson-Odoi wins it back to Anderson. To Morgan Gibbs White, plays a strong ball to Igor Jesus, who's once again looking to make things happen. Gets dispossessed. Hwang Hee-chan brings the ball forward. Ball to Tolu, who's got his first touch of the game. Bueno, Aina picks it up easily. Back to Matt Sells, and Forrest look to reset with Callum Hudson-Odoi. So Morgan Gibbs White. Igor Jesus plays it down the line. A nice ball to Callum Hudson-Odoi. He wants the ball back. Will he get it back? Cross comes in. Shouts for handball there. Goes for a corner. Will the changes made? Wolverhampton Wanderers have already made a change. A great save by Jose Sa from Elliot Anderson. It was going in. He's deflected. I didn't see the substitution, but Wolves have already made one after 30 minutes. Gomez went off. Didn't see who came on. Murillo free header. Fans not happy with that finishing, but that's what we wanted to see. Murillo on the ball rather than Elliot Anderson for headers. Murillo should be a much stronger target man. Ideally, they'd have Nikola Milenkovic still at the club. He'd be having a field day right now. Oh, Elliot Anderson dispossessed right at the end there, when it was a good opportunity if he got that ball away to Morgan Gibbs-White. Wolves playing a bit better now. Morgan Gibbs-White gets a shot away. Elliot Anderson on a volley. And he goes wide. That would have been goal of the season contender. Jose Sa is not happy with his defence at the moment. He's shouting at them, berating them. Ball over the top. Igor Jesus might be offside here. Flag's gone up. Zinchenko's going to come on early for Callum Hudson-Odoi, who's really suffering with his stamina at the moment in games. Don't know if that's a age thing, but I mean he's expected to play every game for me. But he's a professional footballer, he should be able to do it. And Morgan Gibbs-White against his former club. Can't get the ball over Jose Sa, who picks it up. He would have loved a goal in that game. Hang Hee-chan is the only one who seems to be potentially making something happen for Wolves. Everyone else just seems to want to lose the ball today. Nico Williams. Zinchenko gets his first touch. Tries to pass to Elliot Anderson, but loses the ball. Jones in the middle. Monetsi plays it to Agbadou. Agbadou in jockeyed. Elliot Anderson comes to slide and tackle and misses completely. Half time. Forest will be happy with that at the break. 2-0 at Molineux. And it's not looking good for Wolves, who have created absolutely nothing. I don't even think they've been in the final third yet, apart from when Forest have reset the ball. Douglas Luiz wins the ball with ease. It's a ball by Igor Jesus. Probably the wrong decision. Dan Ndoi picks it up. Ola Aina with a 1-2. Gives it to Morgan Gibbs-White, who drives forward. Looks for a ball to Igor Jesus, who's just offside. Great touch by Igor Jesus. Yeah, he was definitely offside by quite a lot, actually. Almost a full body. Wolves win the header from the ball. Dan Ndoi gets a block in, but Bueno comes out with it. Plays it across to Jones. To Monetsi. To Tolu. And Nico Williams clears. Zinchenko brings it forward. To Elliot Anderson. Drives inside. Needs a runner. It's not there. Plays a long crossfield ball to Dan Ndoi, but it goes out for a throw-in. Bueno with a short throw. Dan Ndoi hoping to pick it back up, but easily played across to Totti, who gets dispossessed. And Dan Ndoi slides in for the ball, but Jose Sa quick once again off his line. Jose Sa has probably saved 3 potential goals today with his reactions. Nottingham Forest linked with Jose Sa in the past when they had serious keeper issues. And foul there by Nottingham Forest. Free kick to Wolves. Arokadare puts... Oh, it's Tolu puts it across to Hover. Krejci to Totti to Jones. Forest, if they can get a foot in here, they could have a big counter attack, but they could also concede. Totti gets shot away. Totti! Nico Williams should have done better. Nico Williams definitely should have done better. He actually won the ball, and when he controlled it on his left foot, it bounced right back to the Wolves striker, who wasn't going to miss from there. Angie's furious. And the rain's starting to come down in Molineux now. 2-1 to Forest still. And there was a substitution. Amari Hutchinson has come on for Dan and Doy. It's had a bit of extra pace for this back line, and Amari gives the ball away straight away. Forest may look to send the young Englishman on loan in the January. He's not had the impact we would have liked over the course of the season. He's not played many games, but he does not have the capabilities that Dan and Doy and Cal Hudson-Odoi have. Morgan Gibbs White. It's opening up for him. He's going to get a shot in. Blocked on the edge of the box. Douglas Luiz blocked again. Jones with a double block there and brings the ball forward. He's out-muscled Elliot Anderson. Hwang Hee-chan thought he was going to get away. There's a chance there. Oh, great tackle on Omari Hutchinson, who was about to play Ola Aina down the line. Forrest out of position now. Douglas Luiz jockeying across, but the ball wants to break to Jones, and who's got the better side of Ola Aina. Forest are all over the shop here and do not deserve to even get a draw in this game if it occurs. Wolves trying to get the ball back, and they do. Everything's just bouncing for a Wolves player at the moment. Who gets the better side of Murillo? Nico Williams puts out for a corner. 9 minutes to go. Wolves fans screaming. Cross comes in. Headed away by Jacuna. Bueno looks to reset. Gets rid of Morgan Gibbs White with a nice turn. But here he is, Douglas Luiz on the break. He hasn't got the pace we would like compared to the others, but he's going to go for it. Oh, he's tired. He got tired and put a sloppy ball to Morgan Gibbs White. And Arias gets the ball. And Montesi. Wolves are back on all over Forest here. Anderson. Key ball to Igor Jesus, who looks to take on the last man. Fails miserably. Jones. To Bueno. To Agabadu. To Jones. Wolves just knocking it round for fun here. This last 10-15 minutes, Wolves have been excellent value for money. And Forest are struggling to hold on. To keep the ball down here, though, it's not going to be an issue, is it? And that's the end of the game. Nottingham Forest 2. Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. It was all Wolves the final 15-20 minutes. Jose Sa looks absolutely shattered. And I don't blame him. He's kept his team in the game today. So now we travel to Merseyside for Everton versus Nottingham Forest. Forest sit in third position. Could probably end up in second after this game with a victory. No changes to the team. Igor Jesus performing admirably up front at the moment, and is scoring goals left, right and centre. James Garner there, former Nottingham Forest midfielder who helped Nottingham Forest to the Premier League. And James Garner will be a threat for Nottingham Forest from set pieces. And it is absolutely raining on Merseyside on this beautiful new stadium that Everton have got. Forest need to make a fast start as they usually do. Elliot Anderson looking to pull the trigger there. Forest really use their pace at the beginning of games before they tire out a bit. There you go, Jesus blocked there by, I think it was Jake O'Brien. Not really sure. Garner loses the ball to Anderson. Great tackle. Anderson goes in 50-50 with him, but Collins picks up the ball for Everton. Tyler Dibbling. Tarkovsky to Jimmy Garner. Tyler Dibbling, highly rated winger. Future England star, hopefully. He's got the starting nod for David Moyes' team. This is all Everton. Everton are going to be dominating possession, I think, today. Collins. Nico Williams out of position. Puts in a stride. Tyler Dibbling's free. Elliot Anderson has to cover back. Dibbling to Nico Williams. Nico Williams can't get a foot in neither. Ball comes in. Murillo clears it as usual. Morgan Gibbs White loses the ball to Jimmy Garner on the edge of the box. Forest needs to be careful here. Through ball comes in. Murillo picks it up. Forest looking to reset. Forest haven't even got going yet this game. we go, Gibbs White. Forest looking a bit better now. Now they've got the shape. Although I don't know where Cal Munson-Odoi is. Nico Williams had to come inside. There's ball to Elliot Anderson. Here's a chance. Dispossessed. James Garner's having a great game so far. Dwight McNeil restored to the starting lineup for Everton. Also another player who's very good at set pieces. So it'll be interesting to see who gets the nod. Should Forest concede a foul at some point in the attacking third? Beautiful by Forest. Elliot Anderson. There's just no one there. And Elliot Anderson makes a... He's gone down. Is that a dive? It looks like it. Elliot Anderson trying to get a free kick or a penalty there. But the referee just says play on. Interesting that the referee didn't even look at it. Blocked by Morgan Gibbs-White. Dwight McNeil. Forest could struggle here in this game, in this weather, to break down the Everton back line. Branthwaite, once again, looking solid. Also a future England star in the making. So Forest will need to do a bit of magic to try and get through this back line. And then they've got Jordan Pickford to deal with. Murillo on an amazing run here. Murillo, it opens up for him. Murillo's going to have a shot. Straight down the throat of Jordan Pickford. That would have been goal of the season. Should Murillo have scored that. Alcaraz, sorry. Douglas Luiz to Cal Munson-Odoi, who could be losing his place at the moment, I think, Cal Munson-Odoi. Might have to be time to give someone else a chance, like Bakwa. Forest don't really have a left winger, though. They only really have Cal Munson-Odoi. Collins to Dibbling. Nico Williams comes inside. Just leaves space down there. Elliot Anderson covers though and gets a block in. And Forest are on the counter, but it's half-time at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. It's 0-0 between Everton and Nottingham Forest. No changes at the moment for Forest. But they need a much better second-half performance. Because Everton are just stifling anything that Forest are trying to do. Igor Jesus. Lovely ball out wide to Dan and Doy. Looking for some magic. Comes in the form of Jesus, who puts it on to Elliot Anderson on the edge of the box, who once again loses possession. Alcaraz. Garner. To Jimmy Garner, who does a 360 spin. I think is that James Garner has had Morgan Gibbs-White in his back pocket all game. And that's where Forest struggle to win games, is when Morgan Gibbs-White is being made to be quiet. So he needs to do something. Douglas Luiz wins the ball back though. Ball over the top to Igor Jesus. Flag's gone up. It was close. And Igor Jesus will be coming off. Cali Muendo finally returns to the starting team. He needs to have an impact. He's got half an hour to do so. Otherwise, he'll continue to live in the shadow of Igor Jesus. He needs a goal. Forest need a goal. It's interesting that they've brought on Cali Muendo, who's completely out of form. And as predicted, Morgan Gibbs-White is a player to watch. If Forest want to make something happen, it has to happen through him. Dan and Doy. Cali Muendo's making a run here. Cali Muendo tries to get his shot away, but Braithwaite once again blocks it. Says to James Garner, who is probably my man of the match so far. Olaina dispossessed by Dwight McNeil there. Cali Muendo drops back to help provide cover. Everton pushing up to the halfway line here. It's going to be a high back line if Forest can win the ball back quickly. Tyler Diblin still going. Drag back. Loses it to Douglas Luiz. Forest could have a chance here. There's no one there. Cali Muendo loses the ball. And Says once again brings it forward. And Dan and Noy just blasts it into the crowd. And here comes Jack Grealish for Tyler Dibbling. So, an excellent substitution for Everton. Replacing one prospect with a seasoned professional. James Garner. To McNeil. James Garner again. Everything is going through James Garner. All that I know wins it though. Bit of pace on him, but there's no support once again. Forest losing the ball. Can't even get it out their own half at the moment. Douglas Luiz tracks Garner to Garner. And Douglas Luiz wins the ball back. Douglas Luiz has played pretty well. Everyone else has been dreadful. Murillo doing his job. Nico Williams. Here we go. Calm Hudson-Odoi to Jack. Loses it to Collins, who gives it to Jack Grealish, who gets his first touch of the game. Nice ball to Alcaraz. He wanted the ball back. Murillo's going to go on another run, I think. To Gibbs White, who plays it to Dan Ndoye, who gives the ball away after cutting back inside. Everton fans like that one. Big cheer from the crowd. 83 minutes gone. I just cannot see a goal in this game at all. It may have to be from a corner or a set piece, but you're not going to get one of those without taking chances. And they can't even get the ball at the moment, Forest. Everton happy to play for a point now, I think. They've not created anything themselves, but they've been absolutely solid and dominated this game, I think. Anthony scores for Newcastle to make it 2-0 against Burnley. Alcaraz, Douglas Luiz wins the ball back, but then Forest give it away near. So there's 1 minute left. Douglas Luiz, final chance. Puts the ball through to Kalimawendo, but Branthwaite steps in and clears it. Douglas Luiz holds his hand up saying sorry. That was a chance for Forest. And it's finished 0-0. Nottingham Forest probably lose a bit of position, but they're still in those European spots, and that's all that matters for Nottingham Forest. Porto up next. Massive game. Porto are absolutely, well, I'd say they're flying. It's been recently they've been flying in Europe. They had a bad start. So we'll do that one tomorrow. So if you've enjoyed today's content, please subscribe, like, and comment below on how we can improve the Spin the Wheel series. We need to really get some more wins before we get to January, when the transfer window opens and the Spin the Wheel format will really kick on again. The wheel will no doubt cause chaos. Until next time, cheers.